James, did you say start at 7?
Inadvertently, yes.
Figured as much, that it was inadvertently.
Yep.
You don't usually make mistakes like that.
Well, you guys are usually later, and with my other meetings, they're all over the place. You are all set, Madam Chair. You just need to unmute yourself. There you go.
Good. All right. Welcome, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order. And Susan, can you take the roll, please?
Yes, Robert Blank.
I think I saw him, but I don't know if he's muted, maybe.
It doesn't look like he's at his chair right now. Walter Brudeau. Kathleen Marie Clark.
I thought I saw
Bill DeMayo.
He's here, but he's muted.
Melanie DeCampolis. Joe Dubin.
I'm here.
Diane Durant.
I'm here.
Michael Fox.
Here.
Eileen Francolino.
Here.
Gail Kelly.
Bill
Anna
DeMayo's
Kubish.
here just for the hell of it.
I'm here.
Gotcha, Bill.
Kathy Mickey-Piambo. Geraldine Nagel.
She's here. I think she's muted.
Yeah.
Allison Smith.
They've got
Here.
Nancy Mankey.
Here.
Kathleen Sullivan. Tom Tallard. Max Turgeon.
Max is on his way. He's trying to get into the call now. I just got a message from him.
Okay. Well, just let me know when he gets on.
Okay. It should show up.
Repeating ideas that have already been suggested.
Okay, I'm here too.
Who's that?
what I'm
Gail.
going to eventually have
Okay,
to
Gail,
do
thank
is
you.
star
No,
by
not
one
so
that they
good.
like, so you can either rewrite
Okay.
it, or if you know enough about this program to go on to someone else's and star it.
Somebody needs
That'll
to
be
mute
another way that
themselves.
we can get that repeating effect.
Okay, we're good.
This is Allison. I legally changed my name, so if you could just update it to Mankey.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Congrats.
Okay. Thank you.
Has anybody had a chance to look at the minutes? Yes, no. So we can't-
When did they come out? Because I don't think I
Damn.
saw them.
When were they sent out?
I would assume that
I don't recall getting any.
I haven't either.
I haven't gotten any minutes.
Did you post
Yeah, I
them?
haven't seen minutes in months.
No. Are they sent it in, Susan?
Yeah. James.
James? Are you there? I don't know. I can't say I've ever seen him, so I don't know. All right, well, we'll have to move on and get back to that one maybe when James comes back.
No, I'm right here. Sorry, I was
Oh.
on the webpage pulling them up. Yeah, they are both online.
They're both posted.
They are
Okay.
both posted. Yes.
All right, so we'll put that off till next month when people have a chance to look at them. Is there anybody from the public here?
We have no one.
No one. Okay, this is gonna be nice and quick. Does anybody have anything to participate? Well, remarks from public participation? We don't have anyone. Okay, consideration of old business, calendar. One of you ladies want to talk about how things are going with the calendar?
Diane, did you count how many we have sold?
Yes, I can give you a number update, and Kathy can give you update on other things. This is Diane Durant. So with our first go around through our first pickup, we sold 146 calendars. We had given away some, so to the winners, there were 17. We actually have 10 of them out at Karma's Closet for inventory for her to sell. My understanding is she has sold 4. So there might be an update to that, but that's the last update I had there. Since that delivery or pickup on the 7th, I got an email from Mel the other day, and we have sold an additional 48 online. So that gives us a total of 194 that we've sold, and that would be $2,910. And I think that number is a little bit more if I reconcile everything. So we're almost at 3,000, and left in inventory would be about 25 to 29, probably around 29.
And how much?
So we're doing good.
How
We're
much?
in
did
the,
you
we're
pay
in
for
the
printing?
positive column.
Oh, good. How much was printing?
Do you know, Kathy?
All I know was the $8 per calendar. The bill went to Allison. I hope it went to Allison.
It did. It was $2,000.
So
Yeah.
$2,000. So we made some money. Yay.
Yeah.
Good job, ladies.
We'll be
Nice.
about 1,000 or a little bit more.
That's perfect. Very good. All right. So we need to make a plan for December
12th.
12th.
Yep. And our next pickup is at Churchill Park, December 12th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And we continue to advertise. So Kathy can talk about a few places where she submitted articles, and then we've been posting things on Facebook on the Newington 150th anniversary site and sharing that to what's happening in Newington, Newington News, and some other places as well.
Perfect.
Hi, Kathy Clark here. And as far as publicity, I submitted information to Newington Life that did not print anything that I could find. And we've missed their next deadline, so that's not happening. I corresponded at length with Erica Derwicki from the Town Crier, which is exclusively online, and she took a lot of information from me, but I have not checked to see if that turned into an article, so we can be, it sounded like it was going to. So there was that. I also sent her some pictures from the calendar, and I had also asked some of the artists to send in comments on what inspired them or some of their artistic process, and many of them did. So I sent those on to Erica. So we'll see if that turns into an article. And there is something in the Rare Reminder, if you look close. What I did was I sent like a preliminary email and asked them to contact me if they need more information. And they printed the entire thing, the entire email, rather than as if it was a press release. So the information's all in it, but it sounds a little strange if you look really close. I found it difficult. I still have posters, but it was really hard. Nobody wants a poster. It was really hard to put posters up anywhere. Not only in there's no foot traffic, but also businesses just didn't want to put them up. So if anybody knows, and at this, with a week left, a week left to the pickup, but we'll see what we have left at the end. And, if we want to disperse them any other way, if anyone wants a poster, just let me know and I can probably get it to you.
Sounds great. I did leave some of the reusable shopping bags at Karma's too, because I felt like we had a lot of those. We don't have nearly enough of a selection of t-shirts to leave there. Plus that's a lot of room to take up to leave t-shirts. I thought the bags at least would be good. And maybe people, if they were buying things, would buy a bag to put their stuff in. So she was going to push it on her Facebook page, and she does Facebook Live. So she's going to push it one night on there, and we'll see how that goes. But I know she sold some calendars. I had some at my house too, because somebody I was supposed to drop them off to, they went and picked them up anyway. So I had 4, and I sold 2 of those, and I'll buy the other 2 myself. So I'll have some money to turn in.
Eileen,
Yeah, if you can send me a note on that, Eileen, this is Diane, because I'll subtract that out of the inventory, because we're trying to keep track of what we have left.
Okay. Yep.
No and I think the rest of them are still in my garage. And whenever I sell one, because I've had a few random ones that I've just delivered to people, I send an email to Diane that says, I sold 2 calendars, or I got 2 checks. So that's my way of communicating for her to keep the master list. So just to make clear, so Diane has the list. We go off of the Give Butters information, but the real master one, because I just got 2 checks in the mail yesterday, and I know at least one of them, the person was on the Give Butter list, but I actually am not sure if the other person was.
So how many do we have left?
With what I know, this is Diane,
Yes.
29. My
Nice.
guess is probably closer to 25 based on
That's
what I'm
awesome.
hearing right now.
Awesome.
So we don't have a lot left.
That's perfect. All I can think of is those Afghans from one of the celebrations that were around for the next 25 years. I swear
Right,
they're
right.
still at the library. We don't need, calendars aren't any good, so it's good that we're selling them. That's awesome. So do we need help on the 12th?
I'm planning to be there again.
This is Anna. I'll be there as well.
Great.
Okay.
Also-
And this is Diane. I plan to be there.
And this is Susan. I'll be there too.
Oh, great. I'm going to count those, what I actually have, just to make sure that because those are what's there. So let me make sure that I count them and let Diane know. So we'll see if all those numbers line up.
Okay. Sounds very good. All
And
right.
I think-
So, yes.
If I could just request, I'd like to reserve 2 of those to let me know what the total cost is. I want to make sure we have them for the permanent record.
James, I would be happy to drop them off to you.
Okay, and do a poster as well. I can at least put that up. We still have public that we bring in.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Can I call you tomorrow and you can meet me at the front door or
Yep,
something
that's
like
perfect.
that?
That's perfect.
Yeah, I'll be out and about. And this sounds silly to say, are you paying by check or cash?
Cash.
Okay, makes it easy. So I'll give you a call tomorrow morning and tell you when I'm coming.
Perfect.
Great.
Should ask him to save one.
Okay. Are we good with the calendars? Yes, we think so.
We are. I think it
Okay.
worked out well.
Sounds very good, ladies. And the website, you guys are all set with that. And the next thing on the agenda was holiday ornaments, but we don't really need to speak about that because that's not until December. So we're good. And as far as upcoming events,
Is it December?
Next year.
Oh,
That's for next year.
right, correct.
oh, okay.
That's what I was saying. We don't need to talk about it. It's too far in the distance. And as far as our events for next year, I just think with the state of COVID right now, we can put it off for a month, deciding what we're gonna actually be able to do, because things are looking a little rough. Hopefully the vaccine will be around and we can get things going as once the winter gets over, but who knows who's going to be lucky enough to get it. It's pretty hard to tell. Is everybody good with that? Just postponing our discussion?
Yes.
Kathy here, but I'm still just going to make a few comments. Again, the historical house tour, we're still investigating who might want, and keep in mind that we're trying to create this as a completely COVID-friendly event.
Yes.
So that we could still have it no matter what.
Yes.
So what I'm going to request, even though a month is fine for me, by a month, we're going to be getting to where I think we really want to look at putting a date on the calendar for that.
For the house tour?
Yeah. And remember, it's outside. So I think the word house tour, we don't want anybody who doesn't know the details picturing that as going inside of a house. So I'm almost wondering we need to come up or like a history day tour, because I think people are going to see that picture going at a house and go, So I think we should rename it. I'm just picking that, I'm not married to History Day Tour, but I think we should change the name.
Historical sites or something like that, rather than house tour, like a historical site tour or something that would, yeah.
History. I'm still going vague with History Day Tour, just being more vague and leaving us open to doing other things. I'm still trying to connect with people at who's the best person to talk to in the fire department, and I still never got an answer from the people that I approached. If somebody's interested in fire department history, they don't have to do that much work. So what I'd like at this point is to come up with an absolute date by the next thing. I remember when we asked, Bill had a problem with us just stationing somebody at the falls, which was going to be one of our places, and I didn't really anticipate us having an issue with using someplace that looks pretty public to me, but apparently there was an issue. So I know there's hoops that we might have to jump through, and the sooner we start jumping through the hoops, the less likely we are to be disappointed later. So I don't know who we have to talk to, but I just think we need to pick a date and either have it kicked out or work on something. So again, if you we want to discuss it next time, great, but I'd like to walk away from the next meeting with a date for this.
That's fine. I think Bill's concern was that perhaps that parks would be closed again, because we don't know. You know what I mean? Parks were closed in the beginning of COVID.
I'll jump in there. Kath, that sounded like I was Mr. Negative Nelly, and I'm not. That's not my gig. So what I was trying to explain is the park is used all the time. So we just need to reserve a date so you have it and no one else can use it. Like, for instance, the water lantern thing, we would have 7 buses pulling up in front of the waterfalls, dropping off and picking up people and bringing them back to the high school for the event at the park. And that would be a bad thing for you guys.
I totally agree.
I'm just coordinating the effort. That's all.
Well, that's why I wanted to get a date on the calendar. And actually, I thought I wasn't looking at competing with big events like that. I think you were talking about weddings or something like that would want the bridge or.
Yep, we have 37 weddings a year that reserve the waterfalls, and we give them a 2-hour block to have the ceremony and take a picture. So you wouldn't want to be there during a wedding. That wouldn't be fair to them.
I agree. So my point is that can we equally pick a date and reserve a period of time so that we can have our event?
And the answer is yes, of course.
Okay. Well, I'm throwing the ball in your court because you know what's going on all over the place. If you and Eileen want to talk about, or just come up with like 3 dates that would work, and I don't even know what time of day we were talking about having this. I'm open to suggestions.
What month do you want to do it in?
Well, I was thinking toward the end of April. We want to avoid Easter. Like end of April, early May is just usually nice-ish.
And Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
And what time?
I'm open to suggestions, like 11 o'clock, 12 noon. Just picture it's going to be people walking from one place to another or driving from one place to another. And then if we can get cooperation, I was hoping that the Young Farm might want to have an ancillary event on the same day. So if people were really motivated, they could drive to the Young Farm or the Historical Society.
How about, could I suggest a Saturday, end of April, beginning of May, and start 12 to 2 instead? So that way, weddings,
that's perfect.
Yeah, most weddings are 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So that
sounds good to me. I just think the sooner we put something down, the less likely we're going to run into anything. And as I said, if designing it is the right word, we want to plan this so that it's completely COVID friendly, that the speaker will be 6 or more feet away from the participants, and there won't be that many people in the same place at the same time.
Okay. Why don't you and I talk tomorrow? We'll check the computer and see which dates are open.
Okay.
And we'll grab something and email Kathy real quick.
Yeah, I'll give you a call.
I also have another event that I was thinking about, and this I really need your input, Bill. So, okay, so and again, this would be on the same day. I think something that people love participating in is the chalk contest when the Waterfall Festival happens. What I was thinking of was a chalk event. It obviously can't be in the middle of the street because nobody's reserving the whole street. Maybe on the sidewalk in front of the library, for example. And what the chalk pictures are going to be is a timeline of Newington history that the artists would, when I say volunteer, they would get an assignment maybe 2 weeks ahead of time. They get a square. And again, we want to design it so that they are 6 feet apart from each other. And they would draw it, and it would be in chronological order from, Native Americans all the way up to the pandemic year. So I'm just throwing that out. It was just an idea I had the other day, just because we had so many great artists participate in the calendar. I think there's people out there who just might want to do it, and we always have so many artists for the Waterfall Festival. So I'm throwing that out at you, and I don't know where, but I just had a few ideas for that.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I'm not sure the library, of course, we'd have to ask them, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
But how about that path, the walking path? It's not as wide. It's maybe 9 or 10 feet wide. I guess that would probably be enough. That goes through the park at Mill Pond. You could start at the bathhouse and go all the way to Garfield Street.
Oh, that's great, because it's easy to walk around people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Maybe
might be
the
fun.
library would sponsor it.
Oh, you know, it's possible. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure who. I think I think one we have to bounce. I think Kathy, if you bounce it off the library people,
sure.
Lisa Maston, and then see what she would prefer, her sidewalk or the park.
Okay.
And and take her from.
I have to call her anyway, because I needed a library contact, even though we don't expect them to have to participate, for the library to exist as a historic entity with a historical figure. I would think they'd want to get involved somehow, but I kind of love the idea of the path around the pond, to tell you the truth. So
okay, so let me add a little bit more flavor to this. How about if we've got a couple poles and boxes set up around the pond that the library installed, and they do this thing called a storybook walk.
Yeah.
And they take a book apart and put pages in it, and you go around the pond and you read each page by page. Maybe you could get a historic book and use this already existing setup. So then you've got the chalk thing going, and then you've got a storybook thing going. That might work pretty nicely.
Okay. And they probably know what was out there. Cool. Oh no, I love your ideas for that.
Okay.
But I'd like it kind of all in the same day, and maybe we could come up with some other events that were historic in nature, or focus on the older stuff in Newington. And I'm hoping that those historic places will want to become involved.
Yeah, I would think they would.
Sure.
Great. Okay.
Okay. So we'll put that on next month's agenda to firm up a date. Bill and I will meet about that, and we'll move on from there.
Wonderful.
Sounds good. Do we have a treasurer's report?
I can give you the balance in the bank account right now.
Yep, go ahead.
I guess the check from the calendars hasn't been cashed yet, but I'm just going to take it out to give you the balance, so I have an idea of what's in there. There's $11,607.16.
Nice.
And that includes almost all of the cash and checks from the calendars. I've deposited them all, and then I can think when we're done, Mel will just work with me to deposit all of the rest that's sitting in the online account.
Nice. Okay, sounds good. As far as new business, we need to look at a calendar for next year, for our next year's meetings. Do we want to just stay on the first Thursdays of the month at 6:30, or is there a better time? What do we want to do? Suggestions?
I'm good with
That works for me.
I like it. It's fine.
That's fine.
That's good with me.
Okay, so we're going to stay with the first Thursday of the month, and if there's a meeting we need to skip, we'll skip. Nothing really falls. No, the only thing that's kind of funky is July 1st. That might be too close to a holiday, but we'll figure something out. I'm not worried about that. Okay. Do we need to take a vote on that, or we're good? We're just good, right?
Yes.
We need to take a vote. Okay. Can somebody make a motion, please?
I make a motion.
Second.
We accept the dates for the 2021 meetings
As the first Thursday of the month.
as the first Thursday of the month. Yes.
There you go. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Fox.
Aye.
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 Okay, we're good. Wonderful. Is there anything else that we need to take up before we adjourn? Nice. This is the quickest meeting ever. Well, you guys all have a wonderful holiday. Stay safe, stay COVID-free. Wash your hands, stay away from people, stay healthy.
Yeah, you too.
You do
Okay.
the
Thank you, everyone.
same. Everyone have a
Bye.
great holiday and I'll see the
Good night.
calendar
Need a motion
ladies
to
on the
adjourn?
12th.
Yep. Can we make it, somebody make a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to
So
adjourn.
moved.
Second.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Ciao, guys. Thank you.
Merry Christmas
now.
and Happy
Merry
Hanukkah,
Christmas,
everybody.
Happy New Year, all of that
Happy
good stuff.
holidays. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Oh, keep quiet. I don't know. Yeah, he is. What are you still talking?
Oh, leave. Well, that's the thing.